Feature Friday.
The freshest. What a time to be alive. This is a video of Josh Groban with Lea Salonga singing Phantom of the Opera, All I Ask of You.
What the Jesus?
I mean,
in Manila.
yeah, I mean, how cool. Josh Groban is like legend
It
in
says
the.
Lea on wheelchair.
Oh,
Why is she on a wheelchair?
oh yeah, what happened?
Does anyone know?
Oh,
Let's give it a watch.
that is.
Is she fine?
Well, I'm
this-
sure she'll sound fine.
Yeah.
But I hope she recovered quickly. Wow, look at that.
Damn.
Love the screen. How they added that tunnel.
Yeah, that's a big.
I love Josh Groban.
Where's he from?
I don't actually know, bro. I don't actually know.
She's from Los Angeles. Even when he's sitting down, he looks like quite a big individual.
I just love her posture. It's so fantastic. Look at that. You know what is really impressive about this track is the it's written for classical lyrical use of technique. It's a very lyrical piece, given the big dramatic feel of the whole musical itself. So it's really interesting to hear the shift in technicality, vocally speaking, both from Josh and from Lea, because they can be very contemporary. Actually, what you hear often from them is the more contemporary type of sound, right? They're known for being very theatrical, both of them, and being absolute legends in the game of theater itself. But the capability to switch into that very refined classical training, right? It's mind blowing because it's so very tangible. The change is so very tangible, actually. And if you look at any the repertoire that Josh Groban would have in his concerts, it actually goes from pure jazz to absolute fantastic classical training like this, and switching from technique to technique and genre to genre. It requires a lot of different things, and you know, the fact that it's so easy for the both of them, you know, just that switch, that embodying the personality itself of the song for 4 minutes of however long the piece is. It's just like, it's like transfiguring, right? They're becoming the composition itself, and it's a treat, you know. It's a treat whether you enjoy theater or not. I think it's just is a listener's treat overall.
I agree. That's why I think I've enjoyed to a large extent a lot of Lea's work. But I think it's like what I just said earlier. It's like she embodies kind of like whatever song she's performing at the time, because it's so different seeing her perform something else. It's always uniquely tailor made
Mesmerizing, yeah.
for whatever song she's doing, which is obviously sounds obvious, but it's very impressive to look at.
No, but if you look at it, like it's very different, this type of sound quality and vocal technique, listening to her singing Phantom of the Opera than it is to listening to her singing any of the Disney soundtracks.
Yeah.
You know, it's a completely different texture, a completely different intent, and it requires a completely set of techniques too. And that's just boggling to me.
You know what? He trained them.
Him.
Yeah. Like what was his kind of like?
He's
Yeah.
known for theater, bro.
Right.
American singer-songwriter, record producer. His first solo album had been certified multi-platinum, and he was certified charted 2006 for number one best-selling artist in the United States.
What the? Wow.
But yeah, it's just.
What did he formally train on at the start? Like, was it theatre? Was it classical?
He went
Was it?
to.
Did he go to, I don't know, any music school, anything like that?
I can't find it right here, right off the top of my head.
I'm sure someone will let us know, anyways.
You know, he did Broadway, so
Right.
I think it's very. Yeah,
But that's why you know him, right?
Yeah, well, that's
theatre.
how I know him. Yeah, on like singing for David Foster and Andrea Bocelli. Like those are the staple moments I know him for. But yeah, it says that he's a singer, actor, record producer.
Right.
So I think it's all of the musically inclined stuff.
Yeah, I just wanted to know where he was like.
Formally trained for theater. I don't
Whether
think
he did.
so. I don't know. I will
went
have
to
to
music
do
school
more.
or anything like that.
I'm not very familiar with his whole career. I just know him for really staple moments, I suppose, and I apologize for that. I should know a bit more.
Shouldn't know everyone's story, should you?
But at least very important people, I would think so. a little bit, at least.
It exudes such mastery.
He makes it sound easy.
It's very warm as well. Like, very nice.
Yeah. He's so comforting as a vocalist. I'm totally hypnotized. I forgot I have to talk.
Pause. Can pull it back. Yo, I wonder what it's like to be an expert or be like really good at something. I wonder what that feels like. To not be really good at something, but to be a complete and utter expert, and that everyone holds you as the pinnacle or an example of it. I wonder if it comes with two things: either the burden, the curse of
Searching for
excellence,
yeah,
or the burden of self-criticism. Right? I wonder if they even know they're that good.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
You know, or I wonder if they obviously, I'd imagine they must have some sort of self-awareness.
I would think
right,
so.
that they're fucking unbelievable. But also, they don't really understand to the extent at which the admiration that other musicians or other singers may have towards them.
I agree.
That's always a question I've had when it comes to individuals like this. Same as the musicians in the back. These are pinnacle musicians, the top of the top, the cream of the crop, the top of the pyramid, the ones that eat before everyone else eats. Right, they're the ones.
1%.
Yes, basically, those are the 1% musicians.
That's right.
But I because I know a lot of these musicians, and they don't even know.
They don't recognize that they're that great. Yeah.
But also, I think that just comes with the burden of being a musician. You're never in the front line. I'm serious. You're never in the front line. So therefore, your own ego your
own perspective of how good you actually are. It's like
to try and keep you grounded. Also, and sometimes we were discussing this. It's like your ego has a crazy way of either keeping you in check or beating you down or amping you two up, and then you don't touch the ground. That rhymed. I am a rapper. And also a father with dad jokes.
Oh no, please.
But
let's not bring that to the table. I'm not a fan of your puns.
But that wasn't a pun.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Play on words. That is a pun.
Okay, fine.
You win. I do like to make things quite fun.
No, stop. Come on.
Anyways, but yeah, so they don't realize.
They don't recognize their greatness.
Yeah, but I think with singers and some of the singers we know, even we've spoken to in the podcast, and you guys have witnessed some of those conversations. Yeah, they seem to really not even have an absolute grasp at how awesome they
They
truly are.
actually are. And I don't know. I think
I don't know
I
if he's
really
healthy.
don't.
I don't know if he's unhealthy. I have no idea. But
I
even
really
someone like
have.
Lea
Yeah, I really
or
don't know what
Josh.
it would be like. I think being an expert at something, regardless of what it is, comes with a comes from a lot of experience and having to deal with situations that nobody has ever prepared you for, and understanding the surroundings and your physical capabilities in certain situations. But I think reaching that pinnacle must feel very comfortable, must feel very, I don't know, you're finally at ease at something.
You find
I think so. I think that comes, I'm not saying in the complete extent of the art itself. I think you're always, as an artist, people, and they're that great, they will always be looking for being better or doing something better than the thing that they did last. I think that it comes with that constant journey, that constant find of striving for excellence, right? But I think there definitely is a place where you reach, where you find comfort in doing that thing that you're an expert at, if you know what I'm saying. Like there you, it becomes second nature. So there are certain things, like there are certain songs that for
I
many
mean,
people would be like, wow, and crazy, how did she do that? But for them it would be like, this is where I'm the most comfortable at, you know. Maybe they've finally settled
sure.
on a way. I don't know. I don't know.
I think about it more mentally. You know, like yeah. I mean, I'm sure they might find some comfort in performance. Sure, of course. I mean, once you do it so often, and once you develop
Yeah,
such
this is
skills,
your
tricks, and
life.
experiences,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I mean it mentally.
Oh,
What
I
does it
don't
feel?
know.
What does it feel like that mentally?
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah? Is it a constant burden and uneasiness of for the chase of excellence and being
Yeah,
outstanding?
is it a never ending race?
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes
very
because
interesting.
there's this thought of carrying your cross, right? And
Suffering with grace.
well, no, that's another principle, right? But carrying your cross is it's more along the lines of taking on responsibility, right?
Carrying your own burden,
And
yeah.
taking on the responsibility that whatever the reason why you are where you are is because of you and nothing else, right? Sometimes though that cross gets so big because you're carrying so many other people's responsibilities, and also you're carrying expectations, right? That cross, and this happens to a lot of artists, that cross buries you alive, and you don't realize until you're dead.
That's true.
Other
It's tragic,
times,
but it's true.
other times there is very specific people and very to some
Successful
extent
people.
divine people
Yeah.
that find some sort of divine strength and can carry such cross that comes with the burdens of fame and notoriety and the everlasting chase of excellence and self-judgment and criticism and self-criticism and also outside criticism. Then there's other people, which is I think the correct way to do it, which they share the burden of the cross and someone else helps you carry it with you, right? And you can build a strong team around it. But not many people survive carrying that bloody weight, you
All
know.
them that on
And
their own.
and the reason why it's the cross is because obviously Jesus' story of carrying your cross. I think that's what that story means, right? Apart from religion and faith, it means that because that's like ultimately what it means to be like to be human.
That's true.
So yeah, I wonder what that burden,
Leads you
yeah,
to.
and what that responsibility feels like, and
That's a very good question.
you know,
Yeah, I would love to know that too. I think, but I also think it's a very tailored experience. So everybody would have a very different answer to that. You know, like, and everybody's journey is different, especially professionally speaking, right? So I would think of everyone that has mastered their craft will have a different story to tell.
Yeah, that's why it's interesting, right? To speak to all these guys. Go on.
I think this is just the clapping. Oh, it's just the end of the video. Wow,
Maybe not.
they're so good.
Oh, I'd love to know what happened.
Yeah, I hope she recovered quickly.
Maybe it's just like an ankle or something.
Oh, you never know. It could have been a back, for all you know.
True.
Could have been a back. Talking from experience. Yeah, but what a performance! I think there's so much to go on from watching performances like this, live performances like that you know, expose a very different set of techniques required and expectations given the piece. I think it's so fun. It must be. It also must be very entertaining for the vocalist to be given a challenge
That
like
would be
that.
amazing.
You know,
Yeah, true.
like, oh, all right, different textures, different set of things. Like, it's exciting. Anyways, let us know if you have any more videos that you'd like us to check out next. Josh Groban or Lea Salonga, anyone is welcome. And yeah, we'll go ahead and check it out.